Hi guys, and welcome back to today's video. I hope you guys are doing great. As you can tell by the title, I am going to be sharing with you kind of what we're going to be doing this summer. I have honestly everything from, I have some more nature books, I have art supplies, I have a butterfly garden, which we do every year, so I'm excited about that. And then I have just some few little I don't know what you call them, I guess schooly type activity books, but not really a necessity. And then I have science experiment books. This summer I do want to be intentional about doing a bunch of science experiments with the kids. They love it. I love seeing their natural desire and natural curiosity kind of come to life whenever we are doing the simplest experiment. Last night we got to do just a really simple, the water and oil experiment, and they're fascinated and we're just so curious about why the two liquids were not joining together. And so that was really fun to go into that into more detail. Then we added the food coloring, put it all into water, shook it up, and saw the food coloring drip down and it looked like it was raining. I'll see if I could insert a picture here of the type of experiment that we did. I forgot to take pictures last night, of course, but we were enjoying and being in the moment, which is more important. So anyway, so we are going to be diving into what we'll be doing this summer and sharing with you kind of the finds and the treasures that we've gathered up to prepare us for this year. We are kind of year-round schoolers, and I say that lightly. We don't do our curriculum year-round. The things that we probably do consistently are, of course, our reading lessons and things like that, because that's a skill that does take time, and I'm afraid the kiddos will forget what they learned. But anyway, I hope you guys do enjoy today's video, and if you do, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and let's get into it. The first thing I got is, I actually got a couple of these. I've had some of these in the past, but we just use them a lot. It's these United States little placemats. And one of the reasons why I love these is it has all the states on the front. They're laminated so they don't get dirty, but you turn it around and it's all blank and black and white, so the kids can really learn where everything is at without just relying on the color coded. So yeah, I really like this, and then we actually do use these things pretty much on a nightly basis at our house. We have anywhere from butterflies to bird mats to all the geography mats, and yeah, we love them. They're really handy. Next item I got is one of the Draw Right Now books. I've actually did this when I was homeschooling growing up. It's drawing and writing, so we have the hen, we have a pig, a sheep, and yeah, they're just really simple drawings, and I used to love these growing up. Oh my goodness. These bring back so many memories. I loved it. But yeah, this is a really fun book, and I'm hopefully will collect all of the ones in this series because I love them. The next batch of books I got are these Scholastic, I think that's how you say it, just little skill seeker books. I got the alphabet one. It kind of looks like this on the inside. Really simple writing, pre-writing stuff for the kiddos. They match lowercase and uppercase, but I got the alphabet one, and then I got the sight words one. And these are not really necessarily a necessity. These are if they feel like doing it, honestly, for the summer. We'll definitely get them out for little activity books and something for them to do with me maybe after breakfast and make them part of a fun morning routine. But yeah, I have sight words and then beginning sounds. But honestly, these will probably go in our morning basket for this summer because, like I said, it's just something fun. And these were actually on sale at christianbook.com, so they were only $1.50 each, which is really good. I almost got all of them, but I limited myself to 5 because I was like, we're probably not going to complete the 5 that we have. But yeah, so I have the early math, and the last one I got was this numbers and counting one. And again, really simple. They're very bright, fun, interactive, and the kids will seem, I think they'll really want to do it just only because it's, like I said, bright and fun and interactive, and yeah, nature related, which is always a plus. Sorry, it's kind of noisy around here. It's a first book of nature, and it is poetry. You go through all 4 seasons, spring, summer, autumn, and winter, and of course you're starting in the spring here, and you just go through poems. The pictures and the illustrations are so pretty. Yeah, you just go through the water, the icicles melting through bulbs. Listen to the Pond is one of my favorite pages, but this is just absolutely beautiful, guys. The illustrations are phenomenal. If you are looking for, if you are a Charlotte Mason homeschool like we are, we do a lot of poetry, and this is a great little book to have. Dandelion season right now, hello. It's a great little book to have in the morning for morning time. So you go through migration. I probably won't go through the full thing here, but you have the gull flights, lamb's tails, nesting, another one of my favorite pages, cherry blossoms, and then you go into like the summer. Oh, they're so beautiful. The summer, making compost, your baby birds, growing things, 5 reasons to keep chickens. Yeah, it's just a really fun, beautiful book, and I have absolutely been loving it, and we'll be using this and utilizing this a lot in the summer. But yeah, it is outside your window. The next item I got is this Origami and Poetry book. This is actually really fun, and again, it kind of goes along with the outdoor nature book that I just showed you, but it also has a poetry. Again, the illustrations are beautiful. I'll kind of go through all these. I think you make 12 little critters all together, but you start out with making a seashell, then you have an owl, then you have a leaf, and a minnow, a fox, a flower, a moth, a mouse, a squirrel, a swallowtail, a hare, and then in all the pages, I guess I'm going too quickly for you to notice, but on all the pages they have little poems underneath the like the name of the animal. So they have underneath the name of this one, the swallow, then I believe the duck and the snail are the last 2. And then of course in the back of the book you have all of the actual origami paper that goes with it. But yeah, a really fun book, and this is also makes a great gift if your kiddos have any friends or anything like that that is into origami. Next 3 items I got, the first one is this watercolor set from Royal and Brush. I wanted to get watercolors, and I actually got the watercolors, but then I also got the pastels. And the reason why I got these 2 items are because it's a great way to introduce kiddos to color blending. Obviously with watercolors, they automatically, like, you put the 2 colors together and they blend, but with pastels, they can put it on paper and kind of blend it together like that as well. So I'm a huge fan. I grew up using pastels, and one of my favorite projects to do with pastels in particular is to take like black construction paper and then take this whole top row of just like the reds and the yellows and make beautiful sunsets, and you can do anything with them. So, and then you can blend them together. I'll insert a picture here of what kind of the things that we grew up doing with the pastels, and then of course watercolors is another great way to introduce them to blending colors. And then the last thing I did get from this brand, I got a couple packs of the 100 sheets of the paper here. And the reason why I got the 100 sheets into a binding thing, it's an actual artist pad, is my kiddos were always asking me to put their items or their drawings into a like a notebook or a folder for them so they wouldn't lose them. But having a drawing pad lets them go through and actually draw everything and keep it all together. That's what they like. They like keeping it all together so they can go through and look at everything they've created. So I did get a bunch of these little packs. They're only a couple dollars, but yeah, from Royal and Brush. And yeah, that's the main art things that we got for the summer to experiment with. Again, the pastels and watercolors is something new that they haven't done before. The next art thing I got were these Kwik Stix. If you're not familiar with them, they're pretty much like a solid paint. They're really fun. I love them. You can paint on paper, wood, and more. But it is so cool. They glide, they're smooth. Let me see if I can open one and I'll show you. But yeah, they're super bright and vibrant, and they dry pretty much instantly, which is nice, but you kind of get the paint effect without all the paint mess. So we actually also use these little Kwik Stix. We actually take them with us when we're traveling and things like that, because believe it or not, they're actually safe in the car and they're washable. So this is definitely a must-have. I love these things so much. Tell a story set. This is fantastic. What it essentially is is it's one book, story, 20 story blocks and a million adventures. And these little cubes here are kind of like dice, and they roll the dice and see what pictures that are on each side, and then they create a story using those pictures. So for example here, put my coffee down. For example, they would roll these dice here, and if they landed on this one, they'd be like, once upon a time, there was a train going over the mountain, and then when they got to the mountain, they came across a little boy who was trying to get to the top of the mountain to rescue his mountain goat. And so they would just go through everything, and then on the way back down the mountain, they decided to stop into the woods, and in the woods they saw a grumpy squirrel. So they're kind of just creating a story with whatever picture the dice rolls on. They are amazing. It's a really, really good way, honestly, that how to tell a story set. And their story stones, I believe, is another really good one. But this is just a really, really good way to start that kind of creative writing process when they're so little they can't quite write a story, or they can't do that much creative writing. This is a great, great gateway to enter into the later school years. But yeah, definitely recommend picking this up. I'm looking forward to like hearing all the little stories and everything they come up with. So I did get the Science Activities Volume 1 from Usborne, but with Volume 1, my coffee down again, I did get the Volumes 2 and Volumes 3 with it, and they're just really, really simple science experiments. I'm really excited about them. The kids love doing science, and it's something so simple. Each experiment doesn't really require any prep work because they're honestly just things from around the house, but just all kinds of experimenting with water, and there's just like, I don't know, there's something about it the kids just love. Fun with boats, water, skin, yeah, just a ton of really, really fun science experiments. And this is a great, great educational activity, and the kids will be learning so much doing everything in here, and they will have no idea that it's actually like super educational, which is totally a win. Next up is The Wonders of Nature. I have shared this book before. The previous copy that we had, we used it so much that the binding started coming undone. So we got a new one. If you are not familiar with The Wonders of Nature, it's a little golden book, and it is the most precious book. It really, really is. I can flip through it here really quick. Yeah, you learn about seeds, you learn all about under the sea, and of course illustrations are adorable. Coral, you learn about the deserts, and yeah, it's just amazing. The wooded area, you learn about the jungle, Arctic, and yeah, it's precious. It's absolutely precious. I love this book. The kids do too. This is why it's a second copy, but yeah, it is just, as you can tell, so, so precious. And it's a great, great addition for your homeschool room because it's only, I think it's like, got this for like $3.95, yeah. But yeah, great, great addition to any homeschool room. Next up, I got this 100 Sheep Skip Counting Songs from the Gospel. Let's see here. It is skip counting for numbers 2 through 10. And then here's all the little songs that it comes with. And yeah, I thought it's a great, my kiddos love learning things through songs. So this is a great, great way to introduce them to skip counting while introducing the gospel as well. And yeah, they love learning through songs, and they're catchy, and they'll go around singing them all the time. So I thought, oh, fun way to do that. So yeah, I picked that up. And then I also picked up a set of Adventures in Odyssey on christianbook.com. Now, I cannot find any better pricing other than christianbook.com when it comes to Adventures in Odyssey. I find the best deals there. Every now and then they'll have their flash sales where you there you go, where you can get like 80 to 90% off or something like that. So I always pick up a couple of these. This is not a complete set, as you can tell. It is only six episodes. But yeah, I wanted to pick up this one only because it had Wooten, and they love Wooten, so I went ahead and picked up that. And then the last item I did get from Christian Book, I actually forgot to share this with you when I did my last Living Education Master Books curriculum video. I'll have it linked up above here. I actually did go ahead and picked up the Practice Makes Perfect sheets. This is not something that's going to be a huge necessity, but I am really glad I got it. And the reason being is because when we are going through the actual textbook, if we do need extra help with something, and if you already like completed the work in the textbook but we're still struggling in an area, this will be really nice to have the option to go and do some more work. And it's pretty much the exact same thing, only you have all the worksheets, so we can go through it again if we need to. Yeah, and I thought for an extra, I think it was on Christian Books site, I think I paid an extra $12 for it. But for an extra $12, it was a great additional thing to add to the already textbook that we have. Anyway, I think that is everything. There was a few more little tiny math manipulative things here. They're really inexpensive, which is awesome. But I got these little dry erase clocks because I wanted to be intentional with teaching the kids time this summer. So this summer we're going to be learning about time. And then along with time, I got this really simple, just little number line. So we'll be introducing the number line to them, and that was only $1. And then the last little thing I picked up was this US money notes. So we'll be doing some more intentional, actually learning how to count money and counting change back and everything like that. Well guys, thank you again for watching today's video. I hope you guys found some things that you could pick up to do with your kiddos this summer. I will have, or I will at least try to have everything that I talked about listed down below or linked down below as well. And just as a disclaimer, I try not to link too many things from Amazon, to be honest. I do like supporting the smaller businesses. So everything here I did get from Rainbow Resource Online. I got from christianbook.com, Nature's Workshop, Miller Pads and Paper, and then I believe Royal and Brush is the art stuff I got. Yes. Anyway, thank you again for being here today. I appreciate it. And as always, I'd love to have you join our family, and you can do so by subscribing down below. But until the next video, I will see you guys later. Stay safe and God bless. Bye.